Welcome back. If you only just joined us, you're watching the Daily Roundup with Nina. Now, if you've not noticed, we're bringing you conversations this evening for starting out your 2025 on a new and clean slate. Perhaps it's the first time you want to set your finances into order. Perhaps it's the first time that you'd like to get your body into order. And perhaps it's also the first time that you'd like to take your beauty into consideration and put that in order. We now dive into the colorful world of beauty and skincare, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with makeup artist and influencer Susana Mathias, all the way from Ongwediva. Susana, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Good evening, Mina. Thank you so much for having me.
Susana, let's dive right into it. We're talking all things beauty and skincare this evening for somebody who's a beginner to it, I should say. So what are the 3 must-have items that you would recommend a newbie should include in their makeup bag, and why are these items essential?
First of all, I'd recommend, as a beginner, I'd recommend them to have mostly primer, foundation, and lip gloss. Those are my top 3. And then apart from foundation, one would probably just want to have something very, very light. They can have just a simple pressed powder on it.
Yeah.
Why am I saying primer? Primer is always, it's something that, it's a product that sets your face before any products that you use.
Yeah.
And for foundation, there are some ladies that you'll find they are very insecure about their acne spots that they have in their faces. So they prefer to put on a little bit of foundation and then just to cover up a little bit of spots, and that's it. And then with the powder, there are those ladies just clear skin, but then they want to have that just a bit of glow throughout the day. So they use their powder, they prime their face, and then glows, and then they're good to go.
Yeah. Susana, when it comes to foundation, it can be a bit tricky for somebody who's not used makeup before, somebody who knows maybe been natural all these years, and now they want to start, looking a bit prettier, enhancing their natural beauty. Choosing foundation can be tricky because you don't always know what, tone would suit you. So number 1, how do you choose the correct shade of foundation, and what type of foundation do you recommend for beginners?
A foundation shade can be a bit tricky, but I recommend you go into any beauty stores, then you ask for the ladies that are in the beauty department. They will definitely show you which kind of shade of foundation that they would recommend for you to use. But then if you prefer just doing it yourself, you can eventually just go into a shop, and then there's always testers on the beauty side, especially with the foundations, the gloss, and the powders. Then you can just get a bit of powder, and then you just put it on your face, on your cheek side mostly, and then you just damp it a bit, or just apply it a little bit just for you to see your perfect shade. But I'm sure once you do that, you'll be able to find your perfect shade. And then with the one that I recommend that's beginner-friendly, I recommend Maybelline Fit Me. That one is very affordable, and it's lightweight to use, and it's also full coverage. And then it's also a bit matte especially for girls that have oily skin.
Yeah.
That's the one that I would really recommend.
Of course, underneath the makeup, we need to look after our skin as well. Skincare is so important. I don't know why I keep calling it skincare. What are your top 3 skincare products that think every newbie should start with to achieve a healthy glow?
With skincare, I would say first and foremost, you should have toner. There is affordable toners in the beauty stores, but then if you cannot afford the toners, then you can opt to buy just unscented wipes.
Yeah.
And then the next thing would be obviously primer. Primer is very important. You always have primer on you when you're doing your skincare. And then because primer, you can actually just use it and go out with it without even applying foundation or anything else. It's also very good.
Yeah.
And then sunscreen, especially for us that are this side of the northern part of Namibia, sunscreen is a must.
Yeah.
If you don't have now, you can afford the sunscreen, then maybe you can put on a moisturizer that's affordable for your skin.
Well, lastly, Susana, because we are unfortunately out of time, if you had to choose one piece of advice for somebody who's starting out in the makeup and skincare aspects, what would it be that you'd say to them to help them feel, more confident?
For beginners or somebody that just wants to start up, I would advise them to just use what they have. At the moment, I know for somebody that wants to start up to get in the beauty industry, they always have a little powder, a little foundation, a little eyeliner. Just start with what you have. Don't look at what other people are having, because if you have to look at what others have, then that will now give you pressure to go buy things that you don't have and you don't have that income. Start with what you have. Invest in your makeup. If you get one little profit from your client that you did, invest. Eventually, everything will come to pass. Also, pray about your business. One thing you must always do, pray about it. Pray for your destiny helper, and everything will be well.
I love that advice. Susana, thank you so much for taking time out to speak to us this evening. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you so much, Nina.
That was Susana, all the way from Ongwediva, a makeup artist and influencer, speaking to us on how to start out in the makeup game, should you wish to do that, if it's a 2025 goal of yours. On that note, we wrap up today's edition of the Daily Roundup with Nina. We're back, of course, Monday, same time and place. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.